All right. Good morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. Happy Thursday. Live here on Facebook, live here on Instagram, live everywhere. My name is Alan. Happy to be your host this morning. COO of Ice, faculty member for our Fitness Athlete Division here for not Fitness Athlete Friday. It's Leadership Thursday. It's the wrong day of the week. Early start today. Forgive my confusion. Today we're talking about a topic: business feeds business. Before we get into that, huge shout out to all the folks who came out this past weekend to CrossFit Fenton for our Fitness Athlete Live course here at the mothership at CrossFit Fenton. We had a whole bunch of folks here. We had Jeff, we had Zach Morgan, we had Christina Nick Previtt, we had Dustin Jones and his wife Megan. We had Mitch, of course. We had Mitch's friend, the Barbell Physio, aka Zach Long. A whole bunch of different people up from Canada, and then a whole slew of folks from around the States. So big showing. Had about 30 folks here this weekend. Had a great time. Had Jordan Berry there too. I see Jordan here on Facebook. So thanks to everybody that came out this weekend and made this course a total blast. Your next chance to catch Fitness Athlete Live is the same weekend, May 4th and 5th, either in Portland, Oregon with Zach, or up in Victoria, British Columbia with Mitch, and Sarah Heron. She'll be up there with Mitch to help him out for that. And then don't forget, in 2 weeks, we have the Ice Sampler in Las Vegas. 10 hours of content each day, Saturday and Sunday, from a bunch of our faculty covering a wide variety of topics. The schedule is now available on the website if you want to check it out. So don't forget to check out the Ice Sampler coming to Vegas in 2 weeks. So let's talk about today's topic. What is today's topic? Today's topic is business feeds business. So this idea that small businesses kind of feed each other regardless of industry, especially within a smaller community. So noticing it here at the gym and all the businesses that happen within the gym and outside of the gym because of the gym, and kind of recognizing this concept that when things go smoothly, businesses feed businesses, they feed each other, and trying to figure out how we can make that happen for the physical therapy side, right? How can we get a piece of that pie? Sometimes it's very, very explicit when business feeds business, right? The car parts store in town might supply the car dealership in town, right? That seems to be an obvious relationship, but sometimes it's not so explicit, right? Sometimes it's more implicit. We see this happen in the CrossFit gym, right? We might have different services available within the CrossFit gym. Here at CrossFit Fenton, we have physical therapy, nutrition, massage therapy, in the gym itself, of course, all in-house, which are feeding each other, referring to each other all the time, every day. But how can we get that to happen on a not so explicit basis, right? How can we get business to start flowing towards our physical therapy clinic, our physical therapy practice, when it doesn't seem to be so obvious? So how can we get that piece of the pie, right? So I want to talk about two different ideas. The first being this idea that we have to compete amongst each other in physical therapy, right? We've talked on this here before. Jeff has talked about competition among physical therapists. So we see, especially when we're in close geographical proximity to each other, that physical therapists start to compete very, very hard, right? A new therapy clinic might open across town, and we might not even meet those people, but immediately, we sense hostility. We start to compete with those folks. People come into our clinic and say they were at the clinic across town, and we might badmouth those folks, even though we've never even met them, right? We've never gone over and introduced ourselves, saw what their specialty is, saw what they're all about, or tried to work together at all. We just assume immediately that any other physical therapy clinic near us is our competition, right? Like we're competing Starbucks or something, instead of trying to not only differentiate ourselves, but work together. So I would challenge you to go to those places and find out what their specialty is. Find out if they have something that they prefer to treat versus something they don't like to treat, right? And try to create that business feeds business mindset with that other clinic, with those other clinics in your area. Maybe they aren't confident treating spinal conditions. Maybe they aren't confident treating fitness athletes. Introduce yourself and let them know that you are, and see what they're comfortable treating, and start to create that referral network amongst each other. It's not too often that physical therapy refers to physical therapy, but it can be quite beneficial for your business to do so. So maybe you introduce yourself and let them know what you treat. And whenever they get a patient like that they're just not comfortable treating, or maybe even they just want a second look, they think of you, right? So instead of trying to see everyone as competition, see them as a potential referral source, a potential opportunity for your business to feed that business. And we see this happen here in Fenton. So Mitch and I obviously very comfortable with orthopedics and treating fitness athletes. We have two PTs who come to the gym in the morning, and they are very, very comfortable treating patients with neurological conditions, right? They work at a clinic maybe 15 minutes away in a different town. And so when we get those patients or hear about those patients, or people ask us about those patients with those conditions, we just send them right to those gals down the street, right? It makes no sense for us to try to treat them here. We don't have the equipment for it. We're not very comfortable treating it, and it's not our jam, to be honest, right? So it makes no sense for us to try to compete and keep those patients in-house instead of referring them down the street. And that relationship works both ways. So find those clinics in your area who have those subspecialties that maybe you aren't comfortable treating, you don't enjoy treating, and make sure you establish that two-way relationship with those businesses instead of competing. The other idea I want to talk about, aside from kind of letting your guard down and stopping the competition, is this idea of paying it forward. When you go to a business, often the best thing you can do for that business is to leave them a review, to talk to the manager or owner about a good experience you've had. If you had a nice meal or had good service, the best thing you can do for that business is spread it around, right? Help that word of mouth referral. In this day and age, leave a review on Yelp or Google or Facebook or whatever platform that the business is on. We like to see this happen for our clinic, right? But often we don't do it when we are out and about in the community, right? Business feeds business, business flows both ways. So when you go out for dinner and have a nice meal, leave a super nice review, leave your full name and your contact information. When you have good service at the car dealership or any other business, maybe you get your hair cut, leave a really nice review, ask to talk to the manager owner and tell them that you had a good experience, and not only does that get your name out there, it gets your name out there as a person who's kind of a business person about town, right? And that gets your name in the back of people's minds, right? They know that you're a nice person, they know that you value good service, and they know that you kind of pay it forward. You give a good review when you get good service. And then when they are thinking of somebody, when they're thinking of a physical therapist, when somebody asks them, hey, do you know a good physical therapist? Then the more you do that, the more that your name is in the back of their mind, right? They think, hey, that guy that always leaves good reviews, I think that guy or that gal is a physical therapist. I should give that contact information out to my friend or family member who is asking to see a physical therapist, right? You get your name out. This obviously, if you're in New York City, you'll have to work exceptionally hard at this. But if you're in kind of just a normal sized town across the country, then you start to get your name out there, leaving reviews, complimenting employees on good work. You get your name out there. You can do that digitally too, right? A good example of this is Zach Long, aka the Barbell Physio, aka Mitch's friend, always encourages people at our live courses to kind of start that process at the course, right? If you want to get your name out there to CrossFit gyms because you want to start to come alongside CrossFit gyms and help those athletes, start at the course, right? Pull your phone out, leave a Yelp review, leave a Facebook review, leave a Google review for the gym you're at, and leave a detailed review and say, hey, I think it's super cool that this gym hosted this physical therapy course. It's obvious they care about their athletes and making their coaches better. I had a great experience here. The gym was very clean, great equipment. I would definitely drop into this gym or be a member of this gym if I lived in this town, right? And if you do live in that town that you're attending the course at, it gets your name out there. The owners and coaches of the gym see your name on that review and think, man, we don't have an in-house physical therapist or even anybody we refer to for physical therapy. We should reach out to that physical therapist that left us that nice review, right? And you start to get your name out there. You can leave reviews on your own social media too, right? Don't just put it on their social media. Put it on your social media and tag them in it, right? Somebody who does that really well is our good friend Billy Galacki here, our in-house nutritionist. When he has a good experience at a business, not only does he leave a review, he makes a video review of his experience on his own Instagram and tags that person in it, right? So you kind of start to pay it forward and spread the wealth of positive reviews around. And in doing so, indirectly, you get your own name out there, right? And then you start to become a part of that referral, that business feeds business relationship. And you get a huge potential to get your name out there and start to craft those two-way relationships. We often question, especially starting a new clinic, starting a new practice, or maybe opening a new location, how do we get our name out there, right? How does that word of mouth happen? It seems like it happens just by magic, but we know that's not true. We know it starts with getting your name out there that way. Especially in this day and age where we're not relying on physician referrals so much, or maybe we are out of network or cash and not getting physician referrals. And even more so in this day and age where there's bundled payments for things like surgery, where physicians have a lot of pressure to refer to their own physical therapy clinics, we're going to see less direct referrals from physicians. So kind of the old take the bagels to the doctor's office idea is calming down, and we need to find different ways to get our name out there and get different referral sources and get that word of mouth referral from friends and family. So that's two different ways to do it. So understand that business feeds business. Once you are a small business owner, once you start to craft a business, that business feeds business and you become part of a greater community. Recognize that other physical therapy clinics are not your direct competition. Usually, there are ways that you can refer to each other, and we often are competing for a very, very small slice of the pie. We're not even expanding that. It might be a demographic that we can't or don't like to treat that we can refer elsewhere and receive that same referral back from the other clinic, that we can partner together and tackle things like industrial health and population health and wellness and other things that are kind of outside of the traditional physical therapy scope. And recognize that sometimes you have to pay it forward first. Sometimes you have to get your name out there in the greater business community of where you live, leave reviews for people, recommend businesses, and that once you start to do that, once you take the initiative, one way that it often starts to become a two-way relationship. So don't treat every PT clinic in town as competition and get into this kind of Cold War, physical therapy Cold War with the clinic across town. Start to develop those relationships, get your name out there and pay it forward with your own business and with your own reviews. And you'll start to see that as Jeff Moore would say, the bagels start to come the other direction, right? And I realize that I say bagel wrong. I'm from Michigan. Apparently it's a Michigan thing. So please forgive me. So that's what I've got for you today. Business feeds business. I hope that helps. Happy to talk about this some more. Don't forget, Virtual ICE is open all the time. Check it out, ptionice.com. Scroll to the bottom, look at Virtual ICE. If you're not signed up for our Hump Day Hustling email yet, that's free. Comes out Wednesday morning. It just went out yesterday morning. That's 5 of our top picks of research and posts every week that the ICE faculty curate for you and send out to you via your email. That's also at ptionice.com. Scroll to the bottom, throw your email in, and you'll get signed up for the Hump Day Hustling email. This weekend, Justin is out in Washington at Outpatient PT with Jordan and Morgan teaching total spine thrust, and Dustin and Christina are headlining the South Dakota Physical Therapy Association conference, their spring conference, out in Deadwood, South Dakota for Modern Management Older Adult Live. So that's what we've got going on this weekend. 19.5 drops tonight for you CrossFitters. Super excited about that. If you haven't been catching our Recap Roundtable series yet, we just posted Recap Roundtable 19.4 on Tuesday, so check that out. We'll have the last one, Recap Roundtable 19.5, on Monday morning for you. So that's all I've got. Have a great weekend. Good luck on 19.5 if you're doing 19.5, and we'll see you guys next time.